NCAA, and I'm equally disturbed over the fact that we have not pushed back and defended ourselves in any meaningful way. To be sure, an awful thing happened here, and we all know it was tethered to our football program and our beloved university. To my mind, there is no question that we are culpable. As Joe Paterno put it for himself, and I would now rephrase this for all involved, everyone wishes they had done more. But how culpable certain individuals and we as a university are is another question. And this is a very important question, one that has not yet been answered. This thought leads to several serious concerns I have about the NCAA's moral authority and its ability to provide effective leadership for college sports. First, draconian penalties, I believe, merit high burdens of proof, but the evidentiary bar was set remarkably low in our case. In fact, the evidence is not yet all in. Key trials have not even taken place. New charges may be brought forward. Other charges may be dropped. The free report has been duly criticized for a wide variety of shortcomings. If Penn State were going to be saddled with unprecedented levels of penalties, one would expect commensurate levels of evidence. Now, someday that evidence may be available, but it is not at hand now. Second, normal procedures were not followed by the NCAA. Careful deliberation and careful fact-gathering did not take place. Instead, the NCAA accepted the findings of the free report and asked us to sign off on the outcome of that investigation. We accepted the deal. According to some speculations, we had a choice between a death penalty with football or a death penalty without it. But there were no other choices, no time to defend ourselves, no opportunity to present evidence about how we had already punished ourselves, about how this appears to be an anomaly in an otherwise good record, no other organization to appeal to. In short, what happened to due process? Third, I question the NCAA's focus of attention. To be sure, child abuse stands as an important cultural problem, one that desperately needs our collective attention. But the NCAA has other fish to fry. Shouldn't it be spending its time on wrongdoing related directly to athletics, to repeated cases of cheating and academic fraud, on the rights of youngsters who are used by the system and leave NCAA schools without a degree or a good education, on economic disparities between the haves and the have-nots, disparities that threaten the very fabric of the NCAA, on spending sprees on coaches and facilities while dropping minor sports and giving future athletes fewer opportunities to put on a uniform and play. Unfortunately, the NCAA and the university and college presidents who sit on NCAA boards have a dismal record in tackling these problems. In fact, Penn State, by most all accounts, had and continues to have a stellar record regarding these issues. When the late Miles Brand was on campus a few years ago, and after he had spent 2 days looking over our practices and procedures, he said publicly that more schools should run their athletic programs like Penn State. But of course, that was before the scandal. Yet, Miles' expressions lead to my fourth and final concern. The free report and the NCAA have made sweeping claims about a Penn State culture that went, quote, horribly awry. To be sure, a most regrettable and horrible thing happened here. But to blackball the academic and athletic culture is as inappropriate and offensive as it is wrong. With one inaccurate and callous brushstroke, it is to disregard our history, our long record of compliance, the reputations of some of the most revered university and athletic leaders in the country, and a myriad of cold, hard facts about top graduation rates, the implementation of many best practices, and a genuine attempt on the part of faculty, coaches, and administrators to conduct sports the right way. Granted, we didn't do it well enough. are as inaccurate as they are hurtful. I could go on, but let me finish with this. If the tragedy of Penn State prevents even one more child from abuse, that would be a good thing. All of us at Penn State would applaud that result. But at the same time, it is hard for us to sit quietly under the shadow of a rush to judgment, draconian penalties issued on insufficient evidence, a lack of due process, an organization that does not stay focused on its primary duties, and sweeping accusations about a corrupt culture that are at odds with the facts. So I ask myself, and I would ask all